Hey, what's going on? It's Stokely from Sauce on Delay. Seems like, thanks for listening in advance. What I want to talk about today is toothpaste and oral care. There's a school of thought that says dentists or dentistry is like a scam. What do we go to the dentist to do? Sometimes we go to the dentist for cleaning, x-rays, teeth pulling, stuff like that. It's like, I'm talking about, I spoke about circumcision the other day and frontal lobotomies and the Egyptians putting holes in people's heads and stuff like that. And I don't know if dentistry is a scam. I can't really say. So I've had teeth pulled. I don't know if I discussed it before, but I've had teeth removed that were totally, I call them rotten, but I had caries, or they call them caries or caries. I had my teeth had been totally blackened. And then I had another one, a molar that was blackened in the middle, that cracked down the middle. So those had to be pulled out. I think I had two wisdom tooth. Yeah, I had two wisdom tooth that had to be pulled, and then I had a cracked molar that had to be pulled. I think that's what happened. So those were pulled without any anesthesia. So I guess they were already so bad it wasn't that good. I was probably about 9 years old. Yeah, I was probably around 9 years old. So they maybe were going to come out anyway. But thanks to God, my teeth I still got my teeth. I'm looking at them right now. I still got all my teeth. And that's a very big privilege. There's so many blessings that we could there's so many blessings we can't live with. Well, we don't want to live without. There's so many comforts and luxuries and things that, faculties that we have to be able to walk, to see, to speak, all of those things. And I don't know, even at my age of 40, not everybody has all their teeth. Not everybody has. I've had instances where I was not taking care of my teeth though, and my gums started to recede. And I think my gums are more receded than they used to be. I used to eat a lot of candy and put my dirty hand in my mouth and not brush my teeth at night. So the tartar buildup would come up in under my teeth and cause it to get inflamed. And I had gingivitis. I used to brush my teeth, and every time I spit, blood would come out. So I don't know. That was during my whole teens, and I don't think I really monitored it after that. I was already very lazy. Well, I am lazy. I'm not gonna say was lazy because I'm not totally cured. So I am very lazy, and sometimes I just go to sleep without brushing my teeth. I'm like, I'm tired. It takes me 3 minutes probably to brush my teeth, but just to do that, sometimes I just go to sleep. And it reached a point where my vanity, which is the whole reason why I even had this exercise in trying to find out about health related things, is my vanity. I was worried about my hair loss. That's why I created Sauce on Delay, which doesn't cure hair loss. But I got to talk about Sauce on Delay right now, because right now I'm not even live on Amazon. Amazon requested some business information I have not provided them with as yet. Anyhow, so I didn't start taking care of my teeth properly. Like I would my gums would bleed, and then I would start giving it some attention. And then it's not till I got till about, oh my goodness, let's say No, I didn't start taking good care of my teeth until I'm in my 30s. I've only been to the dentist. Aside from when my teeth were pulled, I've only been to the dentist maybe 3 times in my whole life. I went for a tooth cleaning once when I was around 24. They said, "Oh, my teeth look good." I was totally surprised. They said my teeth look clean. I was totally surprised. So, if I'm maintaining my teeth so poorly, what are other people doing? You know, are we all sticking to after every meal? I don't think so. I don't brush after every meal. I don't even brush twice a day sometimes, even now, and I'm doing the best care now, and I don't brush my teeth even twice a day. I brush my teeth once a day, sometimes not at all, you know. So going back to the vanity now. So like in my 30s, my vanity is partially why I started really paying attention to my teeth. What happened was I was drooling all the time. I had acne, and I was drooling also on my pillow, and I never liked my pillow being stink with drool and stinky spit and stinky breath spit like that. It just grossed me out, because now I got to change the pillowcase, and now my pillow smells, and you know, washing your pillow, it takes days to dry. You know, well, not days to dry. You got to go through that whole process just because you drooled on your pillow. So what I noticed is that when I brushed my teeth in the night, I would not drool. You know, and from my understanding, drooling is your body basically, you know, fighting the bacteria, releasing saliva to fight and destroy the bacteria that's in your mouth. So since that was my logic, you know, I started brushing my teeth more to fight the stinky smell and the stinky drool on my pillow, and to hopefully combat my acne, because I felt like that was probably germs coming out of my mouth that are then going on my face and then causing me to have pimples. So that's one part of it. So what I started doing initially was I started, and I didn't do it every day, but gargle with diluted peroxide. And I realized, you know, that definitely gave me a big boost in freshness. That gave me a big boost in freshness, you know. I used to also snore, and sometimes I'd wake up with a sore throat, you know. So the peroxide and the brushing at night, and you know, I mainly focus on I mainly try to ensure that I brush my teeth before I go to bed. That's my most that's the one that I try to stick to at all times. I try to, and I still fail, but that's the one I try to stick to. The drooling and the snoring and the bacteria and all of that, I don't like all of that coming together. I don't like, you know, the stinky pillow case and the acne. It's all related to sleeping, all related to, you know, keeping the bacteria out of my pillow, keeping you know, making me not have to do so much laundry and stuff like that. So, you know, it's kind of vain, but it's kind of practical at the same time. So brushing my teeth and gargling with diluted peroxide really gave me a fresh feeling. And then, you know, the peroxide also helps whiten your teeth. So I also wanted to whiten my teeth because I noticed that they look kind of yellow. I'm looking at my teeth right now. They look pretty good. Now, there's I haven't had my gum flare up in a long time. Maybe once or twice. You know, I'll have my gum flare up, and I don't know, maybe once a year, if at all. And I feel, you know, I'm always self-conscious about my teeth, because sometimes I'll even have nightmares about not brushing. I'll have nightmares that I'm clenching my teeth out. Oh yeah, and the next thing, the drooling, I became so self-conscious, and I still am. I still am self-conscious about the drooling, is that when I start drooling, or when saliva builds up in my mouth, I just keep my mouth closed, even while I'm sleeping. So by the time I wake up in the morning, my mouth is full of spit. And if somebody tries to speak to me, I can't talk to them because my mouth is full of spit. So I'm so self-conscious about not drooling on my pillow. The only way for me to get a full, proper rest is to brush my teeth before I go to bed. So you see, there's some anxiety related to it also. So to relieve myself and mitigate that anxiety, I have to brush my teeth before I go to bed, or I don't feel relaxed. I can't relax fully. So it's a multitude of things. I think one more thing that helped me a lot is the fact that where my mother moved us to, I had a bathroom right outside of my room, like so now I didn't have any real excuse not to brush my teeth. I didn't have any excuse now. So that definitely helped save my teeth. Just having a bathroom right there that I could just get up and go brush. Maybe 6 steps, So, yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot about toothpaste, like, there's the non-fluoride toothpastes. If you're worried about fluoride, basically, I'm gonna say calcifying your pineal gland. People are concerned about that. The fluoride poisoning your body and calcifying your parts of your brain. I'm not gonna go into that. That's borderline conspiracy stuff, and there may be science behind it also. So I don't know, I don't know, but that's out there. You can listen to that. That's the premise behind why people don't want to use fluoridated toothpaste. In New York City and in a lot of different jurisdictions, they already put fluoride into the water, allegedly to help our teeth. And I would prefer my water to be just water, but hey, fluoride is to really, from my understanding, to control the pH of the water. Chlorine is to kill the bacteria, and the fluoride kind of controls the pH. But that's not. Don't quote me on that. But they say that it's to help our teeth. I don't know. I don't know if there's foundation behind that. So I like to use what kind of toothpaste I like to use. I like to use toothpaste that have peroxide and baking soda in it. The baking soda acts like an abrasive. It's a very light type of abrasive. The baking soda, is like a little bit abrasive, and it helps to clean the surface of your teeth, and then the peroxide kills bacteria. I mean, you can drink a little peroxide sometimes too, but it has to be very dilute. I'm not advising anybody to do it. You gotta look it up. No doctor is probably gonna tell you to do that. People also drink diluted essential oils, which I think is crazy. Well, not crazy. Crazy, I don't like to use that word, but I don't think is advisable because the ratios and the dilution and plus oil and water doesn't mix, so I don't know exactly how you would mix that. So I like to use toothpastes that have baking soda and peroxide in them for the reasons that I just stated. I use non-fluoridated toothpaste, and I use fluoride toothpaste. It's just you got to remember not to eat it. When I was younger, I used to eat toothpaste. When I was probably about 7, 8, 9, I used to eat the toothpaste because it had a minty sweet taste to it, like a peppermint candy. I felt it akin to a peppermint candy, so I used to eat toothpaste, but that's not good for you. You shouldn't do that. So thankfully, I'm still alive. I didn't eat that much of it, but they say the Lord takes care of fools and babies, and I'm guilty of both things, of being both things at one time. But I'm still a fool. I'm not a baby anymore. But I'm still foolish. That's what I would say. If you want to pick a toothpaste, I would suggest you pick a toothpaste with peroxide and baking soda in it. There's some advanced toothpastes out there that's supposed to rebuild gums. I was looking one up the other day. Let me see if I can find the name of it. I'm not endorsing any company because they're not paying me, but let's see if I can find what the name of that tooth is. It's called Parodontax. It's made by GSK, GlaxoSmithKline. They're a big medicine manufacturer, pharmaceutical manufacturer, GSK, and they have a product called Parodontax, and it's supposed to help rebuild your gums. It's not even that expensive. It's like $7 at Target, but I don't know how large the container is. But I've never actually tried it. So I'm not advising or anything about it. But I think toothpaste is something that we don't necessarily invest a lot of thought into. I haven't invested a lot of thought into it. But when I found out that there was a probability that fluoride could interfere with your brain's function, then I only use non-fluoridated toothpaste. But now I realize, I'm not swallowing it. I'm not a child anymore. I'm not going to eat it. So I don't really make it a big deal about it. I don't worry about it too much. But I definitely like to have peroxide. That way I don't have to worry about diluting the peroxide and doing all of that. And I get a very clean feeling with peroxide toothpaste. I hope to God that I keep my teeth for a long time. It's very uncomfortable when you have a mouth issue, when you have a gum issue, when you have whenever you have any issue, it's uncomfortable. But when you want to eat, you want to enjoy your food, you want to speak, you want to relax, you want to chill. Like me, as you can see, I just explained that I have a lot of anxiety regarding my oral health. Not enough to be disciplined enough to brush after every meal because I'm eating all the time. I eat for recreation, which is bad. I have a lot of anxiety about my mouth, and whenever there's an issue or inflammation or anything with my mouth, I start tripping. Not really. Not externally, but I start to focus on making sure that that's taken care of. But the mouth is a great thing about the mouth is that it heals very fast, and you just need to give it a little help sometimes. I don't really eat sweets anymore, candies and stuff like that. I don't really eat those anymore. So I think that's helped a lot because bacteria thrives on sugar. Strangely enough, though, they put sugar in. I think that they put sugar in the toothpaste. But these bacteria, they thrive on sugar. So we try to stay away from sugar as much as possible. Stay away from candy. Don't eat too late. Don't have candy. I try not to have candy, especially in the nighttime. If I do have any candy, I did have a Ferrero Rocher the other day. I ate all 3 of them. And I didn't feel too bad, thank God. So that means that, I'm in pretty good health. I think the milk thistle, the stinging nettle, the green tea, and the ginseng, all of those things are helping to get me into the right place. The walking, I'm trying to intensify my walking. I haven't been able to walk too much for the past few days because I'm so busy at work. But thanks for listening. I went on and ranted and said all kind of stuff. But stay away from the sugar as much as possible. Get you some peroxide and some peroxide and baking soda toothpaste. Make sure you brush at night. If you brush at, if you skip, you can skip all the other ones if you want, but don't skip the one at night, I would say. Now, dentistry, I don't know, it's kind of brutal, I think most of the times when we end up going to the dentist, it's kind of too late for them to do any preventative care. Now, flossing, I'm not a fan of flossing at all. Every time I really tried to floss, it kind of just cut my gums, and maybe I was doing it wrong, but my teeth are arranged in a kind of funky way. My teeth are twisted and all overlapping and stuff like that. So flossing is not for me. The human body wasn't designed to floss, but then again, humans didn't really have their teeth past 30 years old anyway, so it's crazy. So the dentistry, I think, is very useful, but sometimes you need to go, you want to go to an office that has an oral surgeon. Not that you want surgery, please try to avoid that if possible, but an oral surgeon, I think, is a more detailed kind of practitioner. Also, before I forget, they have this thing called coconut pulling, or coconut oil pulling, or oil pulling, where you put coconut oil in your mouth and you swash it around, or you even brush your teeth with the coconut oil, and it's supposed to reverse cavities. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe it's the zinc in it. Maybe I don't know why how it does that, but I think they call it oil pulling or coconut oil pulling. You can look it up. So if you're having any cavities starting in your mouth, you might want to try that out. Put some coconut oil in your mouth and swash it around, and maybe that'll help. I use coconut oil to cook all the time, so it's not, maybe you want to implement that into your diet. It's much healthier than the other seed oils and the vegetable oils, so you might want to replace those with coconut oil. Olive oil is like one of the top ones, but I've never heard of olive oil being used for pulling, what they call pulling. Pulling, right? So maybe you want to integrate some coconut oil in your diet, or maybe you want to try to do some of that coconut oil pulling that is supposed to restore your teeth and destroy and reverse cavities. Now, I don't know it to be a fact, but according to a bunch of people on YouTube, it works. But hey, that's all I gotta really say for now. Of course, something's gonna pop in my head later, but hold on. Before I go, they have a thing called tongue scraping, and according to Styles P, which is a rapper from the Locks, he's big into health right now. He has multiple juicing branches, and now he's doing supplements and stuff like that, but he encourages tongue scraping every morning. I don't know about that, but hey, stuff builds up on your tongue in the morning, but you could probably brush your tongue and get that done. But I'm not familiar with tongue scraping. But oral health is very important because, the same bacteria that's in your mouth is going to go down into your stomach. And I spoke about Penn and Teller during my rant about circumcision. Penn and Teller also did a study on what parts of your body are the most bacteria, harbors the most bacteria. And that's your mouth. Your mouth has more bacteria in it than your rectum, than your anus. So, with that information, we got to be careful, what enters our mouth. And it's so marvelous how the immune system and how the body works, we have contaminants going into our mouth, and by the time it comes through our body, it's purified. Like urine is like sterile, right? It doesn't have any bacteria or anything like that in it, supposedly. Like you could drink your urine and you wouldn't get sick. I mean, it would be disgusting, but that's just because you know that it's urine. Maybe if you chill it, put some ice in it. Oh, okay, let's not be gross. So the mouth is dirtier than your the other end. Penn and Teller did some research on that. You might, maybe it's available on YouTube. This was like 20 years ago. But we gotta try to keep our mouths clean, keep out the sugars, because the bacteria lives on sugar. Brush at night. Maybe you want to do some tongue scraping like Styles P suggests. I don't know about that personally, but it sounds like it has some credence to it. Oh, I forgot another thing. I had tonsil stones. Yes. So not only was I uncomfortable with drooling, not was only I was concerned about getting what is I saying? Pimples. I also had tonsil stones. And the tonsil stones, if you get them out, you smell it, it's very stinky, right? And I'm like, oh, this must be causing my bad breath. And then when I was in the car with my mother, sometimes she said, your breath stinks. I said, my breath stinks? I don't smell anything. No, you're not. That's not true. That's not true. But of course, my mother wouldn't lie to me. Really, she wouldn't lie to me. She doesn't play those kind of games. So I was like, okay, so I need to work on that. I can't go around here talking to people and having a stinky breath. They're like, oh, what kind of person is this guy, right? So the tonsil stones were another issue that I had because I was concerned about those. So I had to get crazy about brushing my teeth and gargling a lot, and the peroxide helped with that also. So make sure that you do a good aggressive gargle. If you got tonsil stones, you do a good aggressive gargle and a deep one. Try to get it as far back as you can, because sometimes they're on the opposite side of your tonsil. So I had an issue with the tonsil stones also. And I still have issue with tonsil stones once in a while, but that's typically, they just form almost immediately after I don't brush my teeth, so yeah. But there's a guy on YouTube that tells you how to avoid tonsil stones named Dr. Berg. I mean, a lot of people have videos on it, and it's you can also be deficient in nutrients why you're having them so much. But I was big on getting rid of the tonsil stones. So yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like having bad breath either. I didn't even talk about that. I talked about the drool. I talked about the sores. I talk about the inflammation. I talk about the snoring. I also try to stop snoring by sleeping on my side or sleeping on my face. So anyhow, it's a multitude of things. So put it all together. Try to take care of yourself. Having a fresh mouth, a relaxed mouth, you'll feel differently. You'll feel better. You'll feel nice. You'll feel nice. Your voice will sound better. Like, I think you'll be, if you're some kind of musician or whatever, you definitely gotta focus on it. If you're some kind of singer or rapper or vocalist or even podcaster with a legitimate podcast that's not like this, you definitely want to have your mouth in order. All right, I've talked long enough. Thanks for listening. Take care.